What you're looking at here are 4 strips of maple and 5 strips of tigerwood. And these are going to make up the core of a goblet that I want to make. They're going to be in 3 groups of 3, like this. And I'm going to stack them after I glue these together in their groups of 3. I'm going to stack them like this, and you'll be looking at the center like that. With that, I'm going to have one piece of walnut here, another one here, one there, and one there. And these pieces of walnut are not quite the right width. I don't know exactly what I'm going to need until I get this core glued together. Then I'll be able to tell for sure just exactly what width I need these pieces to be. So I'll be back after I get these glued together. All right, I used my Nova 10-in-1 tool just to draw the lines there with a utility knife all the way around to find the center. Then I used a scratch-awl to mark the center on them. And this is not necessary, but in playing around with these laser engravers, I can go over to it and within 2 minutes I can have a perfect circle drawn. I can mark on it what the size is. Got a small hole there for a finishing nail, so I can just put that into that little divot I've made with the scratch-awl and double check that this is well centered, and it is. So now I'm going to put this between the spur center I've got to drive it and my live center on this end, and I'm ready to turn this and make it round with my roughing gouge. So I'll be right back to do that. All right, got to make sure that it clears this tool rest, and it's looking good. And I will be putting a tenon on this end. I'm not going to measure this. I don't really know what the measurement should be for a goblet, so I'm going to just pick right about here for the base of that cup. And then I'll figure this end out after I get this tuned up. All right, I'm going to start this at 1000 RPM with a 3/8 inch spindle gouge. Well, I do like the shape of this bowl right now, so I'm going to start hollowing this. And I'll start by pushing in, but then once I have established something to work with, I'll be pulling out. Because this is end grain, you want to bring your gouge out rather than pushing in against that grain. I'll be turning this at 750 RPM. I think this would be just a little too thin, so I'm just going to face this off. Yep, I like that better. I'm going to just sand this now. I'm very happy with how this has turned out. I won't subject you to watching sanding. It's kind of boring to say the least, and I'll be back when I have finished that. I have it sanded now to 1000 grit. It's beautifully smooth, and now I'm going to use Zinsser Seal Coat as the sanding sealer. And I want to thank Mark Roberts from Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum are the people who make Zinsser Seal Coat. You may have seen a video I did, got to be close to 2 years ago, where I explained that the can of Zinsser Seal Coat I had sprung a leak. And I contacted Mark, and he told me to get another can and that they would reimburse me for the cost. Well, I could not find Zinsser Seal Coat anywhere. It was just one of those things that the supply chain seemed to have decided not to send our way. I finally found it just recently, and true to his word, they are reimbursing me, so I really appreciate that. Now I'm going to put on 2 coats of this Zinsser Seal Coat, and then I'll put on a couple coats of shellac as the finish. I want something that's food safe because although I would never do it, I can't be sure someone else won't decide to drink something out of this goblet. So 2 coats of this, and then I'm going to do the shellac. All right, I'm using shellac that I mixed myself from flakes that I got from Glee Valley. So I'm going to use 2 coats of this as well. And then I will be finishing it, or should I just say polishing it, with Axe abrasive paste and his polish restoring paste. And I think this is going to be quite all right. I'll be back after the shellac has had time to dry. All right, 2 coats of sanding sealer and 2 coats of shellac. And to be honest, this is feeling just a little bit rough. So I'm going to use Axe abrasive sanding paste on here to try to take down that roughness. And then I will use Axe polish restoring paste to polish it up real good. When this is spinning with the abrasive paste, you can both feel and hear as the grit breaks down. I'll just rub this in liberally, and then I'll be spinning this at 750 RPM. And I don't want to go any faster than that, although this is a real good steady rest. I'm not sure if it will handle real high speeds. So I'll stay at 750, and if I need to, I'll take away the steady rest and put something in the end to support this to try for higher speeds. Oh, that is much nicer. All right, now I'll try some Axe polish restoring paste and see if that's going to bring up a bit more of a shine. I would say that is much nicer. All right, once again, thank you, Tom Ackley. His pastes do beautiful jobs. Time to do a little honing. I'm losing the edge. I think I need a slightly longer stem than this. I think that's better proportions right there. I want this to sit right on the outside edge. So I'm going in at an angle, trying to make sure that I undercut this. Slow this down now to 500 RPM. All right, that's as far as I'm going to take that for now. Now I'm going to do the finishing on this part. I will use the same finishing techniques that I used for this, and I'll bring you back after I finish that. All right, this is looking and feeling just great. So let me get this out of the way. Let's see how this is going to spin at 500 RPM. That's looking good. All right, I need to use the parting tool now. Part it off the rest of the way. Oh, I'm very pleased with that. Now I'm just going to sand off the bottom. All right, I'm going to use this to sand this thing to 400 grit, and I'll be back to show you the results. Nope, I did not like to sand it that way, so I've mounted it in my coal jaws, and I put masking tape around here just to make sure that these black pieces did not scar it or stain it in some way. I've had it before where they've put black marks on things. And I brought my live sender up, of course, so that it's going to run true. And I'm going to run it in reverse using strips of sandpaper like this up to 400 grit. I don't have to go right to the center because I'm going to use a 15/16 inch Forstner bit for my logo coin. So I will get my air shield on to protect my lungs, and I'll be back. I'll show you a little bit of the sanding. All right, I will continue to sand that up to 400 grit, and I'll be back. I did not use shellac on the bottom. I just used the sanding sealer and then Axe pastes to polish that up. And now I'm going to drill for my logo coin, 250 RPM, 15/16 inch Forstner bit. All right, it fits in there nicely. I'm going to glue that in, and I'll be back to show you the final results. Thank you for stopping into my shop today. I always enjoy having people stop in, whether they knock on the door or visit virtually like this. If you don't mind my asking, there are 4 things you could do to help me out if you're willing to do that. First one is just click that like button. Help me know that I'm doing something right. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button, but just let me know what I didn't do right. I can't improve without your help. Second thing, just leave a comment. I love reading the comments from people, and I do reply to all of them. Then there's sharing. If you share this out with others, I'd appreciate that a lot. And finally, if you have not subscribed before, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified when I put out a new video. Well, thank you so much again for stopping in today. I hope you'll come back next time, and between now and then, have a great day in your shop and be safe. Bye-bye now.